Welcome everybody to the Latin Nerds Network. My name is Jose, and this is my review for The Running Man, of course, directed by Edgar Wright. I'm a fan of Edgar Wright. Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, Scott Pilgrim, Baby Driver, I loved. So I was really looking forward to him bringing his vision to this film. Of course, there was the original one made in, 87, 88, starring the great, legendary Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, which I loved. Listen, it's delicious 80s cheese, but I enjoy it nonetheless for what it was, particularly. So this movie was really ripe for a remake, and this was, from what I understand, sticks much closer to the actual source material as written by Stephen King, of course. Here we have Glenn Powell instead of Arnold Schwarzenegger, who plays kind of the everyday guy. He plays a character named Ben Richards, who, has got a young, 1-year-old kid or less, whatever the case is. His wife, the kid's sick. He just lost his job. He's losing several jobs because he has this propensity for insubordination, if you will. But for good reason. He's a good guy. He's not a pain in the ass for the sake of being a pain in the ass. He's not rebellious for the sake of it. There's reasons, methods behind his madness, if you will. So he's desperate to find money, and this is a time where there's a lot of shows out there, game shows. People can go on and win money, but at the risk of their own lives. Even The Running Man is the kind of the mecca of these kind of reality game shows, right? Where he gets to go on there, and he's got to basically just survive, hide and survive as this militia, if you will, who hunt him down in the course of 30 days. And if he survives, he gets $1 billion, which is a huge deal. And I know the game is that the longer he goes, every day by week, he gets more money. If he kills some people who are hunting him, he gets more money, etc., etc. And this game is pretty much broadcast around the world, and people eat it up, right? We also have Josh Brolin, who kind of heads the producer of the show, and he sees something in Glenn Powell. He loves that kind of feistiness, that rebelliousness, and he feels he can really draw in the ratings. So he kind of convinces them to go on the show, because that wasn't his intent. He wanted to actually go into one of the smaller, easier game shows, right? But he gets stuck with this one, and it is what it is, and the game is afoot, if you will. Listen, there's some way I enjoyed. I didn't love it. I had a lot of good things about it, and I think my expectations were a little bit heightened. That's not the movie's fault, but sometimes expectation is the road to disappointment. Not that I'm disappointed, but I had such high hopes. Edgar Wright, I love Glenn Powell, and Glenn Powell he carries this movie. He's great in this film. Hits the emotional beats. He feels like that every guy you can root for, and the movie does a good job at setting him up, right, as a guy just trying to do the best for his family, right? Listen, he's desperate. He needs to make money, and you really want to see him succeed. But I really enjoyed the film. I thought it was well made. There's a lot of good stuff in here. There really is. Just the idea of it is great. It's very satirical in its approach. A lot of social commentary. There's a story of the has versus the haves not. This is the media controlling the narrative. In this case, the network, as they call it, led by Josh Brolin, kind of manipulating the people and giving them the news, fake news, manipulating the footage to kind of turn against Glenn Powell's character, because they want those to root for his death. That's the whole point here. And the more they root against him, the better ratings that they get, right? So there's a lot of stuff going on there that very relatable today, which is what makes the movie so interesting, and the story what Stephen King wrote so interesting. But listen, Edgar Wright approaches it with reckless abandon, right? There's a lot of cool action, not as many as I thought, but there are action sequences sprinkled in. One really cool one involving Michael Cera. You might have seen that in the trailers. But overall, it comes down to the emotional connection to Glenn Powell. It does a really good job in what he has to go through to survive, and what's going on, and him seeing, because he gets to witness how his narrative is being controlled for the wrong reasons, and he's really fighting an uphill battle everywhere he goes. Because even the people, just the regular Joe Schmoes, can call in if they see him, and they can get money for just reporting him, or give information that will lead to his capture, right, to his death. So there's a lot going on here, and I really enjoy it. He puts it together very well. It's got a lot of funny moments. It's entertaining as hell, for sure. It does run a little bit long, and it doesn't have that Edgar Wright style, which I kind of known and grown to love. Things like, the great editing he uses, particularly with music. You see him blend in with things like Shaun of the Dead did so well. Even Baby Driver did great. That's kind of lacking here. But again, also the choices that he make, and I get it. They don't want to take attention away from the film, probably, and the story that he's trying to tell. But it's well told, good action, funny. Glenn Powell is great. Just to go watch it just for him. I'm a big fan of his, and he's done really, really good work, and there's no difference here. And ultimately, the ending was a little interesting. I don't think the ending was really... I get what it was trying to convey in the end. I don't think it was executed as well. It's a little bit choppy and confusing. a little bit, and I kind of took the sales out there for a second. But overall, still a good time. Still a movie I'm recommending. I don't think it's going to be a movie you should run to the theaters for, to be honest with you. But I think it's a movie you should definitely watch if you're looking forward to this one. Definitely go catch it in the theaters. But, if it's not one that's kind of in your radar, I think it's one you can definitely watch when it comes out on streaming for sure. Again, a very enjoyable film, very good movie, fun, entertaining with its flaws. But that said, Running Man, are you going to watch it? If you do, comment below, let me know what you guys think about it. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and talk about afterwards. See you guys next time.